We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. More and more young people are becoming victims of Baltimore's crime crisis. We look at the staggering jump compared to last year. And it's not just young people who are becoming victims, but they're also becoming suspects. What's being done to prevent a life of crime? And in the county, a big change, and it'll likely impact how you shop. A plastic bag ban is being signed today. We're going to tell you when it takes effect. That's coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Shannon Lilly. We begin in a city in crisis. A call to action from the mayor as the city sees more young people fall victim to violent crime.
I want everyone to get mad and get angry. There isn't one thing that's going to stop things like this from happening.
Violence against young people is rising. Already this year, at least 17 young people have been shot in the city. That is an 88% increase from last year. And as we see more young people fall victim to crime, we're also seeing more young people charged with crimes. Right now, a 16-year-old is in custody, accused of shooting 5 students and killing a 16-year-old at the Edmondson Village Shopping Center. According to police, the suspect was arrested Wednesday. He's now charged with first-degree murder for killing Deontay Dorsey just steps away from Edmondson Westside High School.
Today was a small victory, a small step towards getting justice for Deontay. They are grateful for all the detectives' work. They are grateful for all of the prayers from the community. We got to get justice. The family is not going to rest until the people that were responsible for killing their son, for shooting those 4 other children, are brought to justice.
Well, Fox 45 News is continuing to press Mayor Brandon Scott on a conduit deal with BGE, giving the company control of hundreds of miles of pipes and wires under the city.
Mayor Scott, Senator Mary Washington said you're destroying the credibility.
Give a moment if anyone has questions, we can take those questions.
Now, there are concerns about the approval process after 2 members of the Board of Estimates sat out of the vote. Mayor Brandon Scott is defending moving forward with the plan despite only getting approval from the 2 BOE members he appointed and the subsequent pushback from State Senator Mary Washington.
The senator, unfortunately, is misinformed. When you go straight to Twitter, to me, that's more about clout chasing, right? And when you speak of things that you know not of, you get yourselves in a lot of trouble. But we also know that this is political silly season, and folks are going to say politically silly things. But that's not a fight that I'm going to get into.
Well, Senator Washington says the mayor is destroying the credibility of the city. And she is not the only one expressing concerns. Baltimore City Councilman Zeke Cohen says the Board of Estimates should no longer have any appointed members. He also suggested possibly abolishing the board entirely. Cohen says the conduit vote was rushed without proper time for community input, and he's proposing a bill to require more community involvement. Happening right now, Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski is signing a bill banning single-use plastic bags in the county. And this is a live look right now at the bill signing. The County Council passed the bipartisan bill earlier this month. In addition to banning single-use plastic, the bill also imposes a 5-cent fee on paper bags. The ban goes into effect early next year and puts the county in line with other neighboring counties along with Baltimore City. Here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1. The former director of Baltimore County's Agricultural Center is accused of embezzling more than $100,000. The Office of the State Prosecutor has filed theft, embezzlement, and perjury charges against former county official Christopher McCollum. According to prosecutors, McCollum stole from the Campaign Finance Committee's Friends of Kathy Bevins and the Baltimore County Victory Slate. Charging documents allege McCollum used direct payments from both accounts to pay his credit card bill and also used some campaign funds to travel with his romantic partner in Puerto Rico and also for flights to Palm Beach, Florida. Well, McCollum has since stepped down from his position. Trending number 2, Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta Davis pleads guilty in connection to a hit and run that injured 4 people in 2020. That is according to the city state's attorney's office. Online court records show Davis was charged with 14 counts of traffic violations. Davis was set to stand trial in Baltimore Circuit Court before taking the plea agreement. Sentencing is set for May 5th. Trending number 3, a high honor for the researchers at Mercy Medical Center in Baltimore. They are receiving a presidential award from Secretary of State Antony Blinken thanks to the Blue Dot Initiative. The program is a 24/7 response service for sex workers and human trafficking victims, helping with medical exams, STD testing, and mental health resources. Fire officials, police, and hospitals all collaborate to make sure people get the resources that they need. And trending number 4, a new resource available to Coppin State students as staff cut the ribbon on the Eagle Achievement Center.
3, 2, 1,
Well, the Academic Hub is designed to be a study space and an opportunity for networking. Leaders at the HBCU hope this will help Coppin students reach their goals and improve graduation rates. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Just search WBFF in your app store. Well, still ahead, a new study is spelling trouble for couples. It finds 64% of couples are financially incompatible. The biggest money issues couples fight over and what therapists are saying about it. And Michael Jordan broke records on the court, and now he is breaking them off the court, too. The major donation he's making to charity that's setting a record. But first, as we approach 1 year since the start of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky is talking about a possible peace deal. What he says is out of question.
And the rain is moving out, but as the rain moves out, cooler temperatures are moving in and winds will be picking up, leading to a blustery afternoon and a blustery night. I'll let you know exactly what these changes mean for our weekend temperatures in just a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
It's time now to take a look at your social stream. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has ruled out giving up any of his country's territory in a potential peace deal with Russia. In a BBC interview to mark a year since Russia's full-scale invasion, he warned that conceding land would mean Russia could just keep coming back, while Western weapons would bring peace closer. He does believe Ukraine's forces can keep resisting Russia's advance until they are able to launch a counteroffensive, although he repeated his calls for more military aid from the West. When asked if he was surprised by Russia's tactics in the war, Zelensky described them as, quote, valueless. Now, a lot of people agree with him. We have Christian here tweeting that, and he is right, Ukraine should never concede territory. And then here's another one. Exactly. It's absolutely disgusting to think a country should give up land after an invasion in peace talks. That just means the aggressor wins and promotes war. A special grand jury is urging prosecutors to bring charges amid their investigation of Donald Trump and his allies to overturn his 2020 election loss in Georgia. The grand jury believes one or more witnesses committed perjury. This marks the first time the grand jurors' recommendations for criminal charges tied to the case are being made public. It's also a reminder of the intensifying legal challenges facing the former president as he ramps up his third White House bid amid multiple legal investigation. Steve here says because Georgia election law didn't allow drop boxes, any vote from them is fraudulent. Fact. End of story. And then this person tweeting, though, meaningless without an indictment. Michael Jordan is celebrating his 60th birthday in a big way. The six-time NBA champion donated $10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That is the largest individual donation the organization has received in its 43-year history. Jordan says, quote, "I can't think of a better birthday gift than seeing others join me in supporting Make-A-Wish so that every child can experience the magic of having their wish come true." To this day, Jordan remains one of the charity's most requested celebrities, and in 2008, he was named a Make-A-Wish Chief Wish Ambassador. That is just such an important and special thing, and so many of his fans are tweeting in support of him. We've got Ron saying, "Michael, so good to see you giving back what you reap from people watching you. Thank you so much. You are a true legend." And then Michael Jordan is the greatest star of all time. I hope his $10 million donation will inspire others to step up and even more wishes to come true. Still ahead, big news about Tesla and its self-driving cars. The company is recalling all of its cars with full self-driving. What it could mean for the company and drivers. But first, the Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys in jeopardy of having to close its doors. The final push from school leaders to keep doors open. And coming up at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. It's 11:12. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Well, we are back taking a live look over the Inner Harbor, and you can see it there. It is a gloomy, wet start to your weekend as rain moves overhead. Grab your coat, too, because things are about to cool down. Stick with us. Meteorologist Amy Aronson will tell us just how much things are cooling off. That's coming up in just about 5 minutes. A crisis in the classroom, a final chance to ensure that Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys stays open. In a hearing with the Board of School Commissioners last night, Dr. Barney Wilson, the charter's principal, was given just 4 minutes to plead their case before the board takes a vote.
We believe that this recommendation is not only a vote for Baltimore Collegiate, but also a vote for the boys in Baltimore who deserve a high-quality education in a single-gender learning environment.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates wrote a long letter on Twitter defending the school, saying, quote, "I may not have a vote in this matter, but I'll always use my voice for matters that benefit our community," end quote. Meanwhile, other city leaders that do have a say in city schools choosing not to act and avoiding our questions.
In my response, I already gave you a response.
I don't have any interest in talking to anybody from any Sinclair broadcast.
Now, according to political analyst John Deedy, using political power to call out injustices and create positive change is what true leadership looks like.
You're not seeing city leaders who education directly affects not talking about this more. And really, they should be a lot more vocal on this. When the only person who's really speaking out on this is a state's attorney without the power on this issue, it's kind of sad and pathetic in some ways.
Now, the board did express several concerns with the charter, including hiring more certified teachers and offering better special education services. The school says they are working diligently to address weaknesses. The board will vote on the renewal of the charter next Thursday. Well, happening right now, we are taking a live look of the family of Deontay Dorsey speaking right now. This is actually their spokesperson, Thuru Vignaraja, talking right now. We know Dorsey's father and stepmother are here, as well as his aunts. They have gathered to thank police. Their family representative, Thuru Vignaraja, again speaking. Let's listen in.
They are also grateful to the police that have worked tirelessly for now 6 weeks on this case. If you'll remember, in the early days, in the immediate wake of the murder, we came together to urge the police not to forget about Deontay Dorsey. We didn't know then that 3 more juveniles would be killed in the weeks ahead, that 17 others would be shot in the first 6 weeks of this year, but we knew that it was easy in a city like this for a horrific tragedy, even one that claimed the life of a young boy, where 4 other teenagers were shot across the street from a high school in broad daylight. We knew even in that circumstance that the tide of violence could wash over and make people forget the name of Deontay Dorsey. We asked all of you, we asked the city not to forget his name, and we asked the police not to allow Deontay to just become another number, just to become another case. They have heeded that call, and yesterday was an important step, but we recognize the first step. One of the individuals responsible for the murder of a young boy has now been brought to justice. But I've said this before, there are no winners in cases like this. The young man charged with the first-degree murder is also a tragedy. The family is grateful that this has been charged as a first-degree murder. They are grateful that it is being tried in adult court, because as seriously as we take every child victim in this city, we also have to take seriously the crimes that are being committed by juveniles. I'm joined today, and the Dorsey family is joined today in solidarity by Becky Reynolds, the sister of Timothy Reynolds. Unfortunately, this sisterhood that they are part of grows by the day. People who have lost loved ones in Baltimore. The crimes that were perpetrated against their loved one were committed by young people. They are not oblivious to the tragedy of that.
All right, and again, we are watching a live look at the family of Deontay Dorsey and their spokesperson, Thuru Vignaraja, holding a press conference following the arrest of a 16-year-old who's charged with first-degree murder in that shooting that injured 4 people and killed Deontay Dorsey. And the family says that they are thankful that this 16-year-old is being charged with first-degree murder, and they want him to be prosecuted as an adult. We're going to continue to stream this event on our website, that's foxbaltimore.com, and bring you the very latest on Fox 45 News at 4. Well, switching gears, if you've been outside, you certainly have noticed that it's a dreary, rainy start to the weekend, but things could actually be worse. Let's get over to meteorologist Amy Aronson. And Amy, we're hearing that people in Tennessee are waking up to storm damage.
Yeah, not a pretty sight there this morning. This is actually the same weather maker that's moving through here right now. We're just not dealing with the severe weather element of it. But here's a look at some of the damage left behind. Actually, possible tornado damage here in Lawrence County, Tennessee. You can see that part of that roof is actually ripped off that building there. It's actually the Amish County Flea Market. And then here's some more damage from Lawrence County, Tennessee. You can see that tree was unfortunately toppled over and actually looks like it did some damage to the home there from some strong storms that rolled through there late last night. Now for us, we're just dealing with the tail end of this system. No severe weather for us, but we've certainly had soaking rain all morning long. Fortunately, that's on its way out. We've got this skinny line of showers, and that's the tail end of it as that front clears our area. After that, we'll actually be drying out and cooling down as we head through the rest of the day. Right now, we're hanging out under the clouds. It's breezy. It's still mild. We've still got some 60s on the board here, but we've also got some 50s starting to show up. Even in Westminster, you can see that cool down already, dropping to 52 degrees there. These numbers will continue to drop as we head through the afternoon and as these northerly and westerly winds take over. So winds are picking up. Westminster currently a wind speed of 22 miles an hour, 18 here in Baltimore. That's going to start to make it feel even cooler than it actually is. So the showers will be wrapping up, but watch out where these temperatures are headed. They're falling from the 50s to the 40s, eventually back into the 30s, and yeah, back into the 20s overnight, actually. So a little frosty to start off your Saturday morning. Big change there. We'll enjoy sunshine tomorrow, but it's going to be a brisk and a much cooler day with high temperatures only in the 40s. So it looks like it'll be struggle to actually get to that 50-degree mark to start off the weekend. So Saturday's the colder of the 2 weekend days. By Sunday, we're already back in the mid-50s, and we are looking dry. As we head into early next week, we're back to near 60 for President's Day, and then some more showers will show up by midweek. Shannon?
All right, thanks, Amy. Well, still ahead, first it was Chick-fil-A taking the chicken out of their chicken sandwiches. Now McDonald's is jumping on the plant-based bandwagon, where the meat-free McNuggets are now being tested. And switching jobs paid off for a lot of workers last year. The change in salary many saw after saying, "I quit." It's 11:22. You're watching Fox 45 News, Midday. Making headlines, Tesla is recalling all of its vehicles equipped with what the company calls full self-driving. The recall affects nearly 363,000 vehicles. The recall notice was issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The agency says the full self-driving feature can cause the vehicle to violate traffic laws in certain rare circumstances. Tesla will attempt to fix the problem through a software update. It's unclear whether the company will alter the feature to make it safer or if the update will simply deactivate the feature. Well, don't miss this. It paid to change jobs over the last couple of years. Nearly half of workers who changed jobs in 2022 received a pay raise that exceeded the average pace of inflation. That is according to a blog post by the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. Those who changed jobs got a 7.3% raise, with about 49% of job switchers seeing their real hourly wage increase faster than inflation last year. Chick-fil-A has created a resting spot for delivery workers in New York City. The fast food chain has built a break room for people who make deliveries for apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Grubhub. The Upper East Side storefront will be open for a few months. It features places to sit and rest, coffee and tea, restrooms, and outlets to charge mobile devices. It even has an indoor bike dock. Well, McDonald's McNuggets are getting a plant-based makeover. The new McPlant Nuggets are being co-developed with Beyond Meat. They'll be rolled out next week in Germany for a limited time and then rolled out to broader markets in the future based on demand. Well, that is all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle up next, and Mark Clark is here to tell us what they're working on. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's going on now? A teacher marks an online assignment as late, even though it was turned in before the midnight deadline. We'll chat about why the teacher says he's right and the student is wrong, plus what the student is talking about. Coming up on Be More Lifestyle. Coming up next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle, live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with community activist and actor Chaps Loveless and meteorologist Amy Aronson. Good morning, everybody.
Happy Friday!
Let me tell you right now, trending today was it a late assignment? A college student says he had points taken off his homework after turning an online assignment in at 11:46, just 14 minutes prior to the midnight deadline. He said he asked his professor about it, and the professor stood by the point deduction, saying the assignment was submitted last minute, quote unquote, and the deduction was called for. Chaps, what do you think? Is this fair or unfair to the student?
I feel like if he was given a deadline and he met it, then he was well within his boundaries. And I think that the teacher may, I was reading this morning actually that some of us procrastinate, and it's actually a coping mechanism. And so if you take that into context and the teacher understands that, you know, maybe there's some more information than just, you know, the black and white deadline, then he can address that.
The deep dive. Amy, what are your thoughts?
So I'm actually an adjunct professor when I'm not here. And
That's right. Flex on him, Amy. Flex on him.
I get so many assignments submitted at like 11:59, and I accept them. Now, it'd be one thing if he did like a sloppy job and there was another reason to take points off, but not within the time limit. It's within the time limit.
Well, let me check in with the valedictorian, Lady T.
Hey, you already know.
Lady
First
T,
of
you just got
all,
a second to respond. What do you think?
shout out to the petty professor. I feel like this professor needs to be fired because OMG, you're being so petty. We are all going to procrastinate, but that's when we do our best work, okay? So let that child slide, okay? I can't even believe that professor would be that petty.
Well, we want you to tell it. Is the teacher right for deducting points? Vote on our website now, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, a new study is spelling trouble for couples. It finds 64% of couples are financially incompatible. Among the biggest issues, different philosophies about spending, saving, and investing. And those differences of opinion can cause big problems. 1 in 5 couples say money is their greatest relationship challenge. I think me and my wife are equally matched because we're terrible at managing money. But Amy, what about you, Amy? Is this a big issue in your merge?
No, I mean, I would say my husband's really good at saving. I'm not as good at saving, but I think I've learned to be better because of him. So I think I've actually benefited from his financial knowledge. He's better at investing and stuff, so I've learned more about that. So I think it's benefited us.
Okay, Amy's rich. Chaps.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I got to agree with this stat, man. My wife holds it down. She's a beast at finance. To a fault, because I don't get paid for any of this volunteerism. So thank God for her, and thank God we're mismatched.
There you go.
Lady T.
I pray to God me and my husband are incompatible in regards to finances. I want him to be more richer than I am, and I would like to just sit home sipping mimosas. That is my dream right there.
Wait a minute.
And sometimes act and host. And I'll stick with you, too.
Lady T, I just heard the sugar daddy alert just went off.
Did it go? I heard it as well, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, please, yes. They need to make more. My baby needs to make more than me. I heard it too, and I was like, oh my goodness, the trophy wife in me just jumped out. I'm sorry.
A new survey is ranking the most sinful states in America. Top on the list, home of Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Of course.
Wallet Hub looked at things like gambling addiction, violent crimes, alcohol-related offensive.
Oh, geez. Wait.
Now, behind Nevada California came in second, followed by Louisiana, then Florida, Pennsylvania, rounded out the top 5. Maryland ranks 11. As for the least sinful state, Wyoming. Ain't nothing to do in Wyoming. So again, are we shocked, guys, that Maryland's so low, Amy?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not a huge state. Like California is a much bigger state, so more can happen there. So I guess when you put it in perspective like that, I mean, 11's still kind of high up on the list. It's almost top 10.
Well, you know, Baltimore is driving us to 11. Chaps, Chaps, what's your thoughts?
Oh, there's definitely trouble to get into in Baltimore, but I think there's more positive things going on in Baltimore that we may not know about that keeps us off the top 3 for sure.
Well played, young man. And Lady T's where all the bodies are buried. Lady T, your thoughts on Maryland?
Look, I come from the home of the sinners, apparently. No, I love me some Vegas. I'm going this year, and I plan on seeing as much sin as possible. But it's going to be so much fun. I definitely agree with Nevada being at the top of the list.
Well, let me just say this. I had a moment to be crazy and sinful in Vegas, but I got scared. I was scared.
Oh, you got scared. No, I need it to be like the Hangover movie in my life. That's what I need. I need it to be just like the Hangover.
Well, thanks so much, everybody. Chaps, you'll be back in the show. Your activist side will be showing up. Self-care becomes more important for your health each and every day. Still ahead, some tips and tricks to feel your best on a day-to-day basis. Tired of the never-ending quest to find your keys or phone? Next, Genevieve Gorder has a solution to your problem in today's America's Steals and Deals.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Mornings can be crazy enough when it comes to getting the family out the door, but the real chaos begins when your phone or keys go missing. Genevieve Gorder has you covered. She'll explain in today's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You guys, what are two things you lose the most? It's your keys and it's your phone. And it's so frustrating. I know this because I spend hours every day looking for these items. So listen up. You don't want to miss this buy one, get one exclusive deal on the Key Smart Pro. Now, the Key Smart Pro organizes up to 14 keys in one little device. Literally every guy on the set has one in his pocket right now. And as we were setting up this display, people were actually trying to take them. So my advice is buy this now for everyone you love because they're not going to last. It takes all those keys in the drawer, the bottom of your purse, and puts them right into one little thing, and it connects to a free app. So if you lose your keys, you press the button on the app. You lose your phone, you press the button on the keychain. Even if your phone is on silent, you can find it. It's a win-win. They find each other, guys. You know how many hours this saves us? For me, like probably 6 hours a day. I bet you have someone in your life that needs one of these. My family literally impersonates me by putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying, "Where's my phone? Where's my keys?" And now with this buy one, get one free deal, it's the perfect time to get one for you, someone you love, in all of these great colors. Remember, this is a buy one, get one free. Do not wait. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Lizabelli Med Spa.
It seems that self-care as a practice becomes more important with each passing day. Lizabelli Med Spa offers patients many options to help them feel their best and love themselves. Here to tell us more about Lizabelli and the services they offer is founder Danae Carter. Danae, how are you?
I am great. Thank you.
And so how long have you been in business?
6 months, since September of 2022.
Wow. So what services do you offer for your patients or your clients?
IV hydration, Botox, lip fillers, vitamin injections, PRP for hair loss, and medical weight loss management.
So, Danae, what sets Lizabelli apart from other services and spas?
Well, me and my team together, we have over 40 plus years in geriatric experience, so we're highly skilled in that area. We also provide fair pricing, and we provide a small, intimate environment so our clients can enjoy their experience in privacy. In private.
And tell us about that name. That's a very unique name. How did it come about?
Okay, so my med spa is named after my mother, Nadine Elizabeth Barrios. My mother, when she was alive, she enjoyed the spa environment. I would treat her to the spa on her birthday or Mother's Day. And she asked me one time, a couple years ago, she said, you should open up a medical spa when you become a nurse practitioner. And at the time, I told her I didn't have the strength, the courage, or the finances to do so. But when she passed in May of 2020, that was my push to extend the services she enjoyed out to the community. So her family nickname was Lizabelli. So my med spa is Lizabelli IV Hydration and Med Spa.
Come on now. I love that. And then you're standing on her shoulders in this amazing facility. It feels like more people are doing self-care. Is that true?
Yes, it is very much true. And I'm actually also seeing the younger generation doing a lot of self-care nowadays.
Wow. Talk to us about the future of Lizabelli.
So Lizabelli wants to end up getting a brick and mortar, purchase my own brick and mortar. And we also want to extend our concierge services farther out into the community.
All right. So where can we get more information?
You can go to my website at www.lizabellimedspa.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at Lizabelli Med Spa or Facebook at Lizabelli Med Spa.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this great information.
You're welcome.
A beautiful Key West sunset down in the Sunshine State. Still ahead, meteorologist Amy Aronson has your best weather in America. An organization that is helping to feed those in need. Next, how this organization continues to come up with new and innovative ways to bring the community together around food. Stay right there.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Breadcoin is an organization that helps those who have a food crisis. It also helps restaurants help those who need help. That sounds confusing. I'm going to make it clear for us. Joining us right now to tell us more about the organization is the Baltimore advocate for Breadcoin, David Lovelace. David, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. All is well, man. I appreciate you having us on.
So, man, that intro was confusing. So tell us about Breadcoin.
So put simply, Breadcoin is a community token at the boots on the ground level that we distribute in the community through community groups, community advocates, our community chiefs and mayors. to distribute to people that we know are experiencing food access issues, maybe experiencing homelessness or addiction. And what happens is we get these coins out to communities where they know there's need, and they distribute them. And then we have partnered restaurants across the city. And I could go through the list, but if you visit breadcoin.org, you get a concise list of who's available. We're in Lexington Market, working on getting an Avenues Market. We're over at Broadway Market. And our restaurant partners, what they do is they receive these food tokens as a $2.50 value towards anything off the menu. So it gives people some dignity as to when and what they eat, rather than just standing in line and getting our produce boxes or our giveaways from the city. So just gives people a different option with some more dignity.
And David, it was interesting because I saw you at Lexington Market and you had these beautiful coins. And like you said, you gave some to some policemen to pass out. You also gave those to people. How do people get the coins? And then how do restaurants, maybe who want to participate, what do they do to reach you to join?
So again, breadcoin.org is kind of the hub. If you're someone out here who wants to help reach people in need, breadcoin.org has a donation tab. They have a vendor tab. Vendors it's very easy. It's nothing off your bottom line. They click a button. They say, we'll receive these coins as payment off our menu. So on the flip side, obviously there's a stigma of hunger in the city that we're addressing, and we're trying to address it with dignity. But on the flip side, in Baltimore specifically, I target minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, local-owned businesses, people that are in the community that'll benefit from the extra income. So the program provides coins to people, so now you have new customers with new income in communities that wasn't there before. So we're also supporting our local businesses. On the other side of things as well, the organization can offer like micro loans and stuff that can be paid back in bread coins to support our local businesses. To reach out, you can go on the website and see what restaurants are receiving the coins and start there and just talk to them and say, hey, how do I get plugged in, whether there's a need or whether you want to participate and be part of, distributing the coins and of needs. As well as, on the website, you can get my information directly and just contact me and get plugged in.
And so, David, look, man, I've known you for years, always serving the community. Thank you for this. And again, go to the website and get more information if you need it. Thanks, David. Appreciate you, okay?
Appreciate you, sir.
It's been rainy here, but it's nothing but beauty and sunshine down in South Florida. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is here with your best weather in America.
Yeah.
Amy, make us feel guilty.
Doesn't this look nice? Let's all head to Key West. They're enjoying the sunshine while most of us are dealing with rain and cloudy conditions today. This was actually the sunset there last night, and here's the sunrise there this morning. That looks so nice and peaceful compared to the clouds we're dealing with. And if we take a look at that weather maker impacting much of the East Coast, with the exception of the Florida Keys, it's still sending a few showers our way. That front is in the process of clearing Maryland right now. You'll notice this skinny line of showers rushing through the Baltimore area. That's the tail end of the rain. After that, winds are going to pick up and we're going to dry things out, but we're also going to see our temperatures fall. It's cloudy right now. Looking closely at this Towson camera, you can see it shaking back and forth just a little bit as the winds pick up. We're still holding on to the 50s and 60s. Westminster, you can already notice that cool down coming in at a cooler 52. Annapolis still holding on to that mild 64. Winds are picking up. Currently a wind speed of 31 miles per hour in Baltimore, 16 in Westminster. These winds are going to usher in that much colder air that's actually going to take over as we get into the weekend. Future scan shows the rain exiting within the hour. After that, temperatures will fall from the 50s back into the 40s, back into the 30s tonight. If you're headed out to dinner, bundle up. We are back in the 20s actually by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is going to feel much, much colder. A brisk start to the weekend. Winds will eventually ease up. We've got some sunshine helping us out, but we only end up actually in the mid and upper 40s Saturday afternoon. So as we kick off your holiday weekend and we say goodbye to the rain, temperatures will be falling. We are back in the upper 40s on Saturday with a mix of clouds and sun. We stay dry through Sunday, and you'll notice our temperatures are already warming back up, and that's going to take us into another warm up as we get into early next week. So after a brief dip in our temperatures overnight tonight throughout tomorrow, temperatures are back in the 50s on Sunday, near 60 for President's Day on Monday. If you're lucky enough to have the holiday off of work, you might want to enjoy some time outside, because I am tracking a few more showers by Tuesday. Looks like our best chance for rain next week will actually come through midweek. But despite that, temperatures will actually stay mild, at least through next Thursday. Thursday looks like one of the warmer days of this stretch coming up, with highs well into the upper 60s, actually to near 70. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Maple Grove Medical Clinic.
Approximately 30 million men in the U.S. are affected by ED. Maple Grove Medical Clinic offers a revolutionary approach to treating ED without pills, injections, or surgery. We're joined by Mark Kramer from Maple Grove Medical Clinic. Mark, talking about ED can be embarrassing, even with a physician. What are some of the things you do for the patients to make them more comfortable talking about something that's so sensitive?
Yeah, so guys, just understand that our staff is all male. Okay, so we want to make it as comfortable as possible, a very discreet and confidential environment as well. And keep in mind, your goal should be get your ED taken care of. Our goal is to help you do that. So we want to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Your treatment is different. Why is this treatment such a great alternative to pills that don't always work?
Yeah, so the pills don't always work, but also know that the pills, they've been around for a long time, right? Guys have been taking the pills. They've been dealing with side effects with the pills, which can sometimes get in the way of the desired outcome as well. The other thing is the pills require timing. Our acoustic wave therapy is non-invasive, and it treats the root cause of erectile dysfunction, and that's going to allow the spontaneity back into your relationship.
Let's talk a bit about the science. Tell us about the research and studies performed on this type of treatment.
Yeah, dozens and dozens of studies across 5 different countries have looked at acoustic wave therapy for the treatment of the root cause of erectile dysfunction, even studies from Cambridge University as well as the Cleveland Clinic. And those studies show the benefit of utilizing acoustic wave therapy in opening up the blood flow.
Now, do men undergoing the procedure experience any pain or any discomfort?
Yeah, that's the great thing about this, guys. There is no pain or discomfort with the acoustic wave therapy. Small device is placed on the skin, so this is non-invasive. That device will deliver gentle pressure waves to the blood vessels. That will help to open up the blood vessels, giving an increase in blood flow where and when a guy needs it the most. Again, we are treating the root cause. And by the way, your spontaneity will be back into the relationship as well.
Awesome. So look, tell us about the incentive Maple Grove is offering right now for men who are considering visiting the clinic or watching right now.
Yeah, guys, call Maple Grove Medical Clinic right now. If you've been thinking about having your ED treated, call us now. You're going to get the exam, the assessment, even the blood flow ultrasound, absolutely free. In addition to that, a gift which can produce rapid results in the bedroom. But call now, guys. Don't put this off any longer.
Mark, thanks for this great information.
Thank you very much.
A college student is going viral asking if his teacher was right for taking off points for an online homework assignment. It was due at midnight. He turned it in at 11:46, but the teacher said that's not good enough. What you're saying about it, coming up next. Trending today, was it a late assignment? A college student says he had points taken off his homework after turning in an online assignment at 11:46, just 14 minutes prior to the midnight deadline. He says he asked his professor about it, and the professor stood by the point deduction, saying the assignment was submitted last minute, quote unquote, and the deduction was called for. And we wanted you to tell it. Is the teacher right for deducting points? The student, you guys are saying the student is right. The teacher's wrong. He's dead wrong. I think he's wrong, too. Great show lined up for Monday. It's President's Day, and that means lots of sales to take part in. We'll tell you the big ticket items expert shoppers say you'll save the most on.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we will see you Monday. Have a great one.